Hello and welcome, guys. I'm Proto Mario, and today I thought I would talk about the presidential race and the candidacy therein. So, you know, as we go along this long and loopy road that always seems to happen every 4 years in America, if this does affect you, you probably obviously live in America. Maybe you do some trading with America or invested with America or something, so the presidential candidate kind of does concern you. But as we go along, we find out these dark secrets of these candidates, and it really seems like that actually looking for the best president turns into, well, what did they do in the past and things of that nature. And I really dislike that greatly. There's no questioning that you shouldn't be cautious on someone who is, for example, an adulterer or possibly someone who is a lobbyist for another group. But I really think when you dig up mud like past relationships and things like that, that doesn't really take too much into effect when you're looking at someone who can do the job. Sure, he had a rocky past. Maybe it was 15 years ago, but the media is very willing to dig that stuff up and really throw it in their faces and make them sound really bad. What's worse is the fellow candidates will do that too, and I really hate to see that because it really makes me lose respect and admiration for that candidate, especially if he's the one who does the stuff, and it really drives me nuts overall. That's just my opinion and my take on it. The legitimacy of certain candidates and what they say and this and that, and they always take back what they say. Listen, guys, you're allowed to change your mind. I don't know if you knew that or not. This is America. You have the freedom of speech. You also have the freedom to lie, cheat, and steal. Let's just hope you don't get caught doing it. You have the freedoms to do that. That doesn't necessarily mean you should do it. And hopefully, if you're doing it, you should stop before you get caught, because if you get caught, you go to jail. These things have repercussions. Everyone realizes this. When one candidate 15 years ago says he's for abortion and he's not for abortion anymore, you got to ask yourself, well, why did he change his mind? And that's really where the question needs to come in. You really don't need to demonize these candidates, but really you should do your own homework when you're picking a presidential candidate to elect. Personally, I would rather see Michelle Bachmann in the mix or the Pennsylvania governor. Perry and Newt Gingrich, they're stupid. I think they're just the shovel out Washington bottom feed that you just go into the Republican Party and you're like, oh, I'm a big businessman. I do this, I do that. I'm so rich and I have these lobbyists and these secret plans. And I just think both of them, something's going to happen. We're going to find out the truth about them sometime. I think that's going to happen. With Michelle Bachmann, I've heard her speak, and I've rarely ever heard anything bad about her, so I would weigh gun for her rather than anyone else, as well as the Pennsylvania governor. Of course, he's not the best, but among all the candidates, I would rather have him and Michelle than anyone else. That's just my take on things on the political election as is. There's plenty more to be seen. There's plenty more plays out there. There's plenty more smear campaigns that are going to come out. You better believe it. I'm very saddened to see that smear campaign came out against Herman Cain. And I don't know the legitimacy in that, but I've heard many, many things. I've heard him talk. I've heard him interviewed. And honestly, I really don't think these trashy women that he used to associate himself with have any valid claims. Having said that, does it really even matter if they have valid claims? Literally, if you really think about this for a second, it's not like he was having an ongoing affair with these women. He said he did cut it off, therefore it was cut off. But in the end, he dropped out of the race. So I just think to myself, who's going to be next? Who's going to be the next stone that gets unturned, or the next secret to be uncovered? What skeleton in the closet is going to come out? Is Barack Obama going to be found out to be a communist or something? Everyone knows right now what he's about. He's an extreme liberal. He's out there. He wants to do whatever he wants, and he thinks he's the emperor of America, and this isn't an empire. America is a republic, and he can't do that. But I'm just curious to see if any of the other candidates will come out with some dark secrets like that. I think Newt Gingrich is up there with Barack Obama, and he might be a little bit less than what Barack Obama is, but I really do think he is up there. And I think Romney, too. Romney's pretty bad. He's got that Romney care going on. I think he's up there too. I think he has that big ego. And I think what we need to have in the American office is a cowboy. A cowboy who's willing to pull no punches. If we could get a guy who has some balls, or a woman, grab your balls, girl, for real. If we could get somebody in the office that actually did what they wanted to do, if they didn't sit here and say, well, I have to appease you like Obama does with almost everyone he meets, bowing to sultans and things of that nature. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Really? Like, are you really going to sit here and be like, I'm going to negotiate with Iran? Like, really? If it was me, I'd nuke them off the planet. Don't care. Your little Arab society you got over there? Sorry. Iran is nuts. And then I would do things vastly differently. But that's my take on everything. And I just wanted to get other people's input on the political race. You tell me what you won't think. I haven't mentioned Ron Paul that much because I think he's an idiot. He looks like a vampire. I know you're not supposed to judge someone based on looks, but dear Lord, the guy looks like he's Dick Goddard. He looks old. Looks like he's about to turn to dust. And his views on freedom are just that. Everyone's free to do anything they want. Doesn't matter if it's murder as long as it makes them happy. So that's my take on that, and I'm hoping to hear a response from anyone who would like to comment about this. Your thoughts on what would be good for America, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I would really appreciate it, and I would appreciate you liking the video if you enjoy my viewpoints, and if you want to argue with me, hey, by all means, leave a comment in the section below. That doesn't give you permission to be a complete jerk, but please do take the time to leave a comment and tell me what you think, and also click that little like button because it lets people see my video. So thanks for watching, and once again, I'll see you guys back here whenever I have something to speak about.